Open Heaven Daily Devotional by Pastor Adebayo. Today, Thursday, October 6, 2022. Topic: Exposing Demonic Operations, Part 5. Memory verse: Psalms chapter 32, verse 7. Psalm 32, 7. Thou art my hidden place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance. Bible reading: Mark chapter 5, verses 1 to 20. Mark 5, 1 to 20. And they came over unto the other side of the sea, into the country of the Gadarenes. And when he was come out of the ship, immediately there met him out of the tombs a man with an unclean spirit, who had his dwelling among the tombs, and no man could bind him, no, not with chains, because that he had been often bound with fetters and chains, and the chains had been plucked asunder by him, and the fetters broken in pieces. Neither could any man tame him. And always, night and day, he was in the mountains and in the tombs, crying and cutting himself with stones. But when he saw Jesus afar off, he ran and worshipped him, and cried with a loud voice and said, What have I to do with thee, Jesus, thou Son of the Most High God? I adjure thee by God, that thou torment me not. For he said unto him, Come out of the man, thou unclean spirit. And he asked him, What is thy name? And he answered, saying, My name is Legion, for we are many. And he besought him much that he would not send them away out of the country. Now there was there near unto the mountains a great herd of swine feeding. And all the devils besought him, saying, Send us into the swine, that we may enter into them. And forthwith Jesus gave them leave. And the unclean spirits went out, and entered into the swine. And the herd ran violently down a steep place into the sea. They were about 2,000, and were choked in the sea. And they that fed the swine fled, and told it in the city, and in the country, and they went out to see what it was that was done. And they come to Jesus, and see him that was possessed with the devil, and had the legion sitting and clothed, and in his right mind, and they were afraid. And they that saw it told them how it befell to him that was possessed with the devil, and also concerning the swine. And they began to pray him to depart out of their coasts. And when he was come into the ship, he that had been possessed with the devil prayed him that he might be with him. Howbeit, Jesus suffered him not, but said unto him, Go home to thy friends, and tell them how great things the Lord hath done for thee, and hath had compassion on thee. And he departed, and began to publish in Decapolis how great things Jesus had done for him, and all men did marvel. Message: The worst of all demonic operations is possession. That is, when the enemy has taken over completely and is now dwelling inside the victim. Unfortunately, there are many people walking around with one or more demons inside them. The madman of Gadara was possessed by thousands of demons. He was seriously tormented by the demons, but he could not get rid of them. When Jesus sent the demons into the swine, the pigs preferred to drown themselves than to harbor these evil spirits inside them. In 1 Samuel chapter 16, verses 14 to 23. 1 Samuel 16, 14 to 23. King Saul started acting like a lunatic when he was possessed by an evil spirit. The goal of demons when they possess a person is to use the fellow to carry out the agenda of the devil on earth, and then ultimately destroy him or her. When they brought the child that was possessed with a demon to Jesus in Mark chapter 9, verse 22, Mark 9:22, his father said the demon was trying to destroy the child. There are two types of demon-possessed victims: the willing and the unwilling. The willing victims are the ones who had submitted themselves as vessels to be used by the devil to perpetrate his evil work on earth. Witches and wizards are good examples of willing victims. The unwilling victims become possessed through two major ways. One is based on their associations. When people stay